Backwoods for Dad. You like these cigars? I woke up this morning about the same time I did yesterday, about 6:30. Which, for anyone who knows me, knows that that's a anathema, because I'm kind of a late night dude, and I like to go to sleep late, wake up late, get my 8 hours, and then that's just kind of how I do my thing. But I woke up at about 6:30 and was laying there and was hoping to get back to sleep, but it wasn't in the cards. But when it was 7 o'clock, I just looked at my phone and I thought, I made it to 7 o'clock without crying like yesterday. Well, it was before 7 yesterday, and then I was just lying there trying to go back to sleep, and I was thinking about stuff and made it to 7:06, and then I was just mashed up for a while, and my wife woke up and snuggled me, and she fell back asleep for a minute, and I was maybe close to falling back asleep and just thinking about things, and then it just came back on hard and just fucking crying, and she turned over and held me like facing me, you know. Like a mother holds a child. But I woke up and I was thinking, amongst other things, I was kind of craving doing this little diary again, like I did yesterday twice. And I'm a writer first and foremost, really, beyond anything. I wouldn't say a writer by trade. I would say it's much more like a compulsion. It's something that is inseparable. And so, in life, I write things down, usually in the form of poetry, sometimes songs, sometimes essays, whatever's fitting. And through my life, particularly my adult life, it's rare I go a day and I don't write something. More than anything, poetry is the way that I capture my life. And I think for me, my marching orders are just to write it down. Just write it down. When it's great, when it's indifferent, when it's horrible, when it's everything in between and more and less. To capture it as I feel it and see it and experience it, or even if it's something else, it's not my life, but I see it and it for some reason gets a hold of me and I want to write it down. So anyway, normally, the types of things that I'm feeling would be just going to the page. And I have been writing some, but yesterday I just knew it was going to be a busy day, so I just thought I don't want to forget things, and that was good because through the melee of emotions and all this, I don't even remember that much today what I talked about on this video thing, or the 2 video things that I did yesterday. So I'm glad that I did them. But so anyway, I woke up and I was looking forward to just this kind of a diary, because I know that there's so much to do today and I only have so much energy to like write things down, and so much time, and it's just so much more efficient right now to just talk, um, at least in, for some things. But and then I was thinking, well, now I have these files on my computer. I've never even on my laptop used. I don't think, maybe more than once or twice the video. So I thought, okay, now these need to be saved for whatever reason, if I ever want to look at them, or if they might be able to help somebody else, or if I just need to find them and delete them someday, or whatever. I don't know. So like, what do I call these files? What is this thing going to be called? Um, Besides talking to myself on a computer. And I thought about different things, and I thought about, Rip Nathanael, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, chronologically. I thought about other names and stuff like that, but I thought, well, grieving uh, files maybe. But the thing is, grieving is just a part of what's happening. But there's also celebrating. There's also remembering. There's also happiness. There's also moments or minutes or hours of just being utterly fucking destroyed, and then so I can't call it any one of those things, but what it is definitely is why there's work, faithful Zippo. Out. My kids, I got the Zippo when I was like 16 years old. I bought it, and I've had it since then. It's the pipe version, you know, but you can use it for cigarettes or whatever, of course, cigars. Um, but anyway, um, my kids years ago got my initials engraved on it, and one of my poems that was a huge thing for me, just when I was starting my business and doing things back in my late 20s and 30. um, there was a poem called, I wasn't even going to talk about this later, the cigar I'm gonna, there was a poem called "Only Two Good Options for Those Who Carry the Ember," and so it's backwards, but they put "Carry the Ember" on there, so that's that. um, but anyway, I thought, well, everything that's going on is it's definitely, it's after, it's after what has happened. It's after Nathaniel dying. It's after, you know, that dividing line that will always be there in my life, in our lives. So I think I'm just going to call this the After Diaries. But anyway, so yesterday I went down to Oasis Diner. Props to Oasis Diner. Um, and for being there through the pandemic and having carry out and feeding folks, and having good food and good prices and amazing customer service. And maybe I'll tell a story about last night some other time. But so we decided yesterday when I got back home that it would be most honoring of Nathaniel, because he was a huge advocate for the legalization of marijuana in the United States, and being against the ridiculousness of putting people in jail for smoking a plant that can help them, which helped him in his life, and it helps other people that I know and love. But not to get off on that too much. But anyway, we thought, we read together, Angie, my wife, Lydia, my oldest daughter, in no particular order, Charity, youngest daughter, Caleb, Nathaniel's twin brother, non-identical. We read through what I typed up yesterday, what was going to be our public notice, and then we made a few edits and additions, subtractions, and such. And we decided to post that at 4:20, and you know, 2 days ago, uh, not quite 48 hours ago, I guess it'd be more like 46 hours ago, was when Angie and I got home and we hit the ground. We were walking through the terminal on the way out, and when we were getting close to where we were going to be leaving, I had this uh, deal on for when we need, mask coverings, and I had my sunglasses handy, and I was thinking about, okay, we're probably right now about 15 minutes from where we're going to be out, and when we're going to get a Lyft or an Uber, and they're going to pick us up, and then from there we're going to be like 15 minutes at the most from home. And then once we walk through that door, the kids not knowing that we were coming home, and because they're smart kids, they're going to know that something's amiss. And then, I'm sitting there walking, and Angie's walking next to me, and she's holding my hand. We're at the airport, and I'm thinking, within 1 hour from now, Nathanael's brother and sisters are going to know that he's gone. And Angie and I are going to have to tell them this, and they're going to be feeling this. And I just had my mask pulled up, I put on my sunglasses, and I was thankful because, there's not a lot of people there, but, it's like sometimes you don't want to be so obvious. And, I just had this pulled up like this, and then I had my sunglasses on. It's like I'm just crying, and I had a hat on. It's just like I was thankful that, it's just like people can't see me, so right then. But anyway, so we told the kids Wednesday. I called my brother, called my mom, which was fucking horrible to have to do, to tell them that one that they love is gone. And but in this day and age where when something's online or when something's on social media, I mean, keep letting this go out, which is great in many ways. Communication can move at a speed that would have been impossible, even in my early life. But we decided yesterday, or I'm sorry, 2 days ago, that before we published, for the world to see, for friends and family beyond just the very most core, that we needed that evening, we needed that day just for us before, and very much appreciated, well wishes and sadness from other people who cared about Nathaniel and care about us, and we just needed just us. So we had that Wednesday night, and then most of the day yesterday, Thursday, today's Friday, and and then at 4:20 we were sitting there, and made that post live, and I had already decided myself because my brother Clay, Nathaniel's uncle, he was taking care of some things on the end of talking to the cemetery and such, and then locally here, where our forefathers are, some of them are, in the Doherty side, and so he was going to be here, and then my mom, who has been very much self-quarantined because of health issues and things, she was driving over, bravely breaking quarantine, and to be with the family. So we were having basically just a get together last night to all be in the same place, and I still have not right now as of 12:45. Once I made that post, which we needed to do, I just didn't want to see or read or just get that, just like that onslaught of notifications, 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 and messages, which I am looking forward to reading and going through probably later today and starting to catch up on messages. But it's just like, you know, it's just a lot. So I haven't been on Messenger. I haven't been on Facebook at all since yesterday at 4:20, uh, except for in one case. I got a call as I was on a walk to Oasis earlier. I would have done this down there, but it was just so windy and the traffic that I didn't figure it would bode well for the audio. But anyway, I did take one call, which I very much appreciated. It just seemed like I should take it when the call came in. But yeah, so just thinking about Nathanael, yesterday when I was writing, the thing, it's like, uh, I think that's why I didn't really want to like see all the messages. It's like it's real. My mom asked me yesterday. She said, does it feels like it's not even real? Does it feel real? And I said, it feels real. I was like, from the moment I got that call, it felt real. Um, but you just have to like prioritize one thing at a time. And there's so many things to do, when a person passes away, and that's so fucking hard because you just want to grieve, you just want to ball up, you just want to hold the ones that you love and just like, like somebody in a sailboat just in the middle of a just an outrageous storm. You just want to just drop the sail, batten down the hatches, tie yourself to the mast, hold one another, and just ride. And just let the chaos just do what it's doing. And just try not to sink, even though there's part of you that just wishes you just would. But you can't, because there are people that are depending on you. There are people that you love, and I am thankful that I'm surrounded by loving and strong people, because I am sure that my wife is stronger than me. I am sure that my children are stronger than me. But that's what you want to do. But you can't. So you have to, in the midst of all that, call the coroner's office. You have to call, you have to deal with, transporting a body. You have to deal with this. And then in this case, our son's remains are 2,000 miles away. And what's going to happen there? And, these are the things that one has to do. So that's what you do. Uh, but anyway, I think that I'll probably keep doing these for some time. Probably at least once a day, maybe more than that, depending on how much is on my mind. And mostly for me, it's just what I think I wouldn't want to forget, because there's just so many things that I learned this when my dad passed away, or when my grandfather passed away, or my grandma's passed away, or whatever. It's like there are things that at the moment, and of course any writer will know this as well, it's like there are sometimes ideas or thoughts or whatever, they pop in your head, and then at that moment you're like, they have so much gravity that you think, of course I'll remember this later, of course an hour from now, of course a day from now, of course a year from now, like this isn't going to escape my mind. So you're like, I don't have to write this down right now, or shoot a little video or whatever. And then like a day later, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck was what was that thing? What was that thing that was so important that impacted me? That thought, that moment, something that somebody said, an idea, a story that I heard, the story that I wanted to tell. What was that? And then it's just gone. So because of that, and because I only have so much time to write, I think that it will be good to maybe keep doing this. So part of that is selfish for me. Um, and then just getting things off my chest, much like the page. The page has always been my friend, you know, the blank page, to be just filled up with thoughts, whatever's on my mind, you know, it just goes there. But they're just a very unique set of pressures and confines right now. So I just only have so much time for that. But uh, and then I don't know if these videos will see the light of day, but if I think that there's something that could maybe help somebody else who's going through something similar or different but tragic, uh, we'll see. So, um, from the After Diaries, this is video 3, Friday the 8th, 2020.